Welcome back to Sports Federation TV. We continue our conversation with Bianca and Haley about their challenges and canoeing. Haley, give us one or two of the highlights that you've reached in this last 2-3 years.
Yeah, so probably two highlights to date. I guess more obvious, and that would be the Molokai Challenge, which is a race I raced at last year, and I'm going to again in about a month's time. The Molokai is a 54-kilometer race between two Hawaiian islands.
Sure.
Yeah, so you talk about navigation, it's pretty important in a race like that. You race from Molokai Island across to Oahu, which is Honolulu. I think it's something on pretty much every paddler, surf ski paddler's wish list. But as South Africans, it's a tough race to get to given logistics and expenses. So, sort of in a nutshell, definitely racing at Molokai last year was a career highlight.
Do you have to take your own surf ski with you, or do you get one there?
No, it's like hiring a car. You generally will hire or rent. A boat will be provided.
Because that's another mission on its own, just to take the equipment
Oh
with you,
yeah,
and the oars and
logistics.
everything else.
Yeah, we have to do that in marathon paddling. We have to send our boats on a ship. It's quite medieval.
Yeah.
2 months, you wave it gogoodbye onto the ship and hope it gets there. Yeah. And then obviously the second one would be winning world champs in 2017.
Sure.
I think that's a no-brainer as an athlete. To be a world champion is pretty special and yeah, I was hugely proud, and it's just been an incredible kind of 2 years since then. It steamrolled into a million other opportunities that I guess I didn't expect. Coming from a rowing background, where I kind of put all my eggs in that basket and then walked away from that and achieved something in paddling has been really special.
What was the transition like between the two?
Easy in some ways, because maybe like you'll relate to from cycling, the engine was there. I'd already been training as an athlete for a long time, but I used to fall out of canoes 3 times per session every day for 3 months, 4 months. Like I was the laughing stock in Durban. So to go from being relatively good at handling a single scull to not even being able to sit up straight in a canoe was a massive ego boost. I mean, fail, should I say? Ego blow, that's the word I was looking for. So yeah, I had to take my time and start again. So yeah, so for many reasons, relatively simple, but came with a whole new sort of curveball of challenges and technical challenges. But yeah, it's been good.
And that's all the way up.
Yeah, exponential now. We're on our way up.
There we go.
Not falling out as much.
Yeah, not as much.
Not as much, but a wave will knock us now and again.
I might have fallen out last week, maybe.
Bianca, give us one or two of your highlights.
Sure. Mine I think are more like on a personal level. Of locally, I think having set goals as I've gone and achieving them, whether it's an annual thing or it's been on the bucket list, it's been there. For me, I think one of my most recent ones, I've just completed my 6 Ps London in a single ski.
Sure.
And,
that was in December, I think, eh?
Yeah. And then coming off of that a week later and winning Cape Point it was great. It was a great feeling. And I remember getting to the end of Ps London, and it's an emotional journey that you go and like discover yourself, and it's so hard on the body and the mind, and it's beautiful. But it's one of those things where I go, I'm never doing this again. And I find myself back on that entry list 2 years later. That has been one of my most recent achievable moments, and I'm happy with that.
No other women have done that, have they?
No.
Sure.
So yeah.
Well done.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that, and if I think back on last year's Freedom Paddle, I remember we got around to the other side of the point of the island, and in my moment of looking at pretty pictures, looked at the mountain, the shipwreck, and I said to the guys, like, oh, how beautiful is this? And next thing I looked up and I was all by myself, and I realized, oh, we're still racing. They left me behind. And I think so it's achieving that, but also as you're reaching your goals, taking a moment of having a look at that pretty picture around you. And I mean, on Saturday, take a look back or forward and just appreciate, if we're not in the fog, that of what our surroundings are. And I think for paddling in ourselves, we've opened a whole new world, and we've seen a lot of things, we've experienced things, and you're always reaching a new goal, you're always setting a new goal, and each week can be like a time trial. And that's
and it's life changing for you as an individual, just achieving that. And people don't often measure that as a success.
Yeah.
Um,
Or just that it's all relative, you know, whether it's finishing a race or winning a race or beating a time, like it's just relative to your personal journey, which is pretty important, and why it appeals to such a greater community.
I mean, for me, the biggest challenge for any athlete is to get to the start line.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the biggest challenge, because all the training and preparation, everything that goes with it,
Injuries and
all of that drama to get you to the start line. When you get there, autopilot kind of almost kicks in. When you go to the start line and your 40-kilogram partner is going to say, let's go, you're going to go.
She's never going to forgive me for saying that.
On TV,
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
exactly, exactly.
She's going to be very weight
But
conscious now.
it is, there's only so much you can control. So
For
you
sure.
can kind of control the controllables up until the start. And then,
Even
you know,
then.
then you're like, okay, well,
Yeah.
I've got here, this is what I can do.
Yeah.
Let's make the best of what happens now.
And
Yeah.
navigate the swells and everything else.
I mean, everyone says, "Oh, what's your game? What's your race plan?"
Yeah.
You're going, well, you can envisage everything as you're going along for the entire race, and you'll start, and it just gets blown out the water.
Yeah.
For sure. Excuse the pun.
Yeah. So, I mean, someone can knock you off or
Yeah.
hit your rider, you go skew, and you're making up. But
Yeah.
and this is where your training comes in, of keeping
Yeah.
your temperament, carry on going, you know what, this is fine. I can manage this, and working your way back up, or having a blast of a race and just keep going.
So,
So,
the two of you are competitors on
That
the
is
water
correct.
in a few hours' time.
yep.
Shall I take bets? Or
Oh.
We're going rock, paper, scissors.
Should we have an arm wrestle?
While many people will be watching the show, the two of you will actually be competing and racing against each other
Yep.
on open water.
Yep.
No, exactly. And twice, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we've got two opportunities.
Saturday 27th starts at 8 o'clock, I think.
9 o'clock.
Probably 9.
9
Yeah.
from Granger Bay. Sunday, what time does it start?
I think also 9.
Either 9 or 10.
Also
It'll be weather
Granger Bay.
dependent. No.
Strand.
Sure, so you got to lug everything across.
Yep.
Great.
It's actually a triathlon. We're going to run with our boats to Strand.
That was the April Fool's joke. We're running across the island.
Oh my goodness. Shame. One of the Durban guys fell for that badly. Yeah.
Oh, I
No,
think it
nice
was a
mention.
water
This is
session.
live.
No.
This is TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Ladies, good luck. Thank you for
Thank
coming on.
you.
Thank you so much for having us. It's an honor and it's a privilege.
Yeah.
Thanks. We appreciate it.
Thank you and
Putting
good
our
luck.
sport out there.
Cool.
Let's raise the flag for Canoeing Big,
Yes.
and may the
Absolutely.
best doubles
Cruise.
team win.
Good.
Whether
Good
Cape
luck,
Town or
bud.
Durban, let's make it happen.
No, thanks very
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks for coming on.
Pleasure.
Thank you for watching Sports Federation TV, the show where we talk about a range of sports, brought to you by the Western Cape Provincial Sport Confederation. Have an amazing weekend. Play safe. Give it your best. See you same time, same place next week, Friday. Ciao.